Next tonight, the parents of a toddler from West Yorkshire who are waiting for an autism diagnosis are creating a new community hub for families of children with additional needs because they say there isn't enough support in the area. 2-year-old Noah can't eat solid food and has ended up in hospital after hurting himself. His mum and dad say they've struggled to cope, and now hundreds of other parents are backing their plan for a dedicated play centre and support group. Abby Giola can tell us more.
Noah is 2. Like most toddlers, he's a bundle of energy and loves to play with mum and dad. But life's not always this much fun. Noah has complex sensory needs. He's on the waiting list for a formal diagnosis.
So from a very young age, we realised that Noah had some complex sensory needs. It meant different trips to hospital. So he spent 7 days in hospital because he just went completely off food, the texture of food, and he lost a lot of weight. Now on a prescribed milkshake diet plan.
As well as his struggles with food, there have been other hospital trips because Noah has injured himself.
Noah's still trying to figure out how he lets his emotion out, and that just builds up into him to the point where he can't cope anymore. So that's the self-injurious behaviours, hitting, scratching, throwing himself on the floor, those type of behaviours.
Noah's parents say they've not been offered any outside support, and at times they've really struggled to cope.
You have the support of family, but they don't understand the crisis that you're in and what you're going through. They don't understand the ins and outs of a child with special educational needs. To not have people around you who know exactly what you're going through is very isolating. It's a very difficult time to be in. Like I said, you feel like you want to give up so many times because of what you're going through. So Noah's Place, then we've got some leaflets.
Their experiences have inspired them to create a centre to provide the help they feel is currently lacking. A play centre and community cafe offering support groups for parents and a safe space for children with additional needs.
Noah's Place is the answer, the solution that we wish existed when we was going through that and journeying this journey. I think it's really important that people have a place to belong, that children can develop in a way that is acceptable and is needed in the community, because so many services are stretched, waiting lists are at record levels, and it's important to have a support service without the waiting.
This is Atlas Primary School in Bradford. It's a mainstream school, but a third of pupils here have special educational needs. Lisa Simpson is the head teacher.
And what parents really need is somewhere to go to talk to other parents who are facing the same challenges. And whilst we can help with that in schools, there's quite a lot of weeks where children aren't at school, and there's a period of time for 4 years before schools even meet these children. So yeah, I think it would be something that we need everywhere.
The plans for Noah's Place are only in the early stages, but already 1,000 people have signed up to back the idea. Josh is hoping his dream to make life easier for SEN families will very soon be a reality. Abby Giola, BBC Look North, Ripponden.
We've talked a lot, haven't we, about autism provision over the last few years, and a new report has found that only 4.5% of under 18s with an autism referral receive an appointment within the recommended 13 weeks. Professor Mark Mon-Williams from the University of Leeds led that report, and he popped in earlier for a chat. I asked him first what was causing those delays.
Our systems are just broken. So we have a fragmented system where health isn't speaking to education, education's not speaking to social care, and we're looking at a system that's just being cut to the bone year after year. And we're looking at raising numbers of children growing up in sort of poverty, and all of these things are coming together to create this perfect storm where we're just really failing to support children when they most need our support.
You also highlight in the report the discrepancies between assessments in areas. So in South Yorkshire, people are waiting 1,000 days to get seen compared to 54 days in the south. Why is that happening?
So this just reflects the huge inequalities in our society. So when we start layering in issues like child poverty, where we have much higher levels in the north of England than we do in the south of England, then we just start seeing these massive discrepancies. But those discrepancies are bad for everybody. So our failure to meet children's needs in our most disadvantaged areas just means there's less resource, less support for everybody across the whole of the country. So that's why we've really got to tackle these inequalities as a matter of urgency.
We heard from a primary school teacher there who says they're not reaching the children until they're 4 and 5 years old, so that early intervention is really important. Is it as complicated as it seems to be?
No, it's relatively straightforward. If we could start to have health and education and social care working together, if the opportunity is here for us to work together more effectively to ensure that every child has the start that they need in life to achieve in our education system and then thrive. And if we get that right, it will save us billions in the long term, because all these problems play out so that the children who are not getting the support have lots and lots of problems later on in life.
So what would you like to see government do?
So government need to create an inclusive education system. Government need to invest in the SEND assessment and support processes. But government also need to act as a catalyst, encourage everybody throughout the UK to come together, to work together more effectively in the best interests of children and young people.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Well, I think we should hear what the Department for Education has to say. This was the statement. This government inherited a SEND system left on its knees, which is why we are listening to parents and looking at changes to enable more children to thrive and stop parents having to fight for help. We have already taken the first steps with plans to place professionals trained in supporting parents of children with additional needs in Best Start family hubs to ensure earlier intervention, and programmes helping teachers better meet the needs of children with ADHD and autism to prevent issues from escalating.